Hey, what's up? It's more Poor Decisions with Scott. Here we are on day two of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. We're picking up where we left off. We were at Robert's cabin in Helen, Georgia. And then here you can hear some of the definitely nature sounds in the backyard. Beautiful, beautiful area. So today we're heading to Lexington, and the GPS is taking us up and over a mountain through the Russell Brasstown Scenic Byway. So you can see some of the views here. Absolutely breathtaking. Very, very cool scenery here. And you can see that this is Hogpen Gap. So once we went up and over the mountain, we ran into these very, very narrow roads where only like one vehicle can get through. So that was a little bit of a challenge. But once we got through that, we ended up in Tennessee, which was nice, and started to see if we could hit up some liquor stores. We ended up in a town called Sweetwater and ended up at Sweetwater Liquor and found this distillery series sweet mash straight Tennessee whiskey that Robert got, and then I got a Tennessee rye whiskey finished in table syrup barrels. So definitely looking forward to that. Then we ended up in Lexington at Liqour Barn. So Liqour Barn is very, very big in Kentucky, and they're about the size of a Total Wine. So you can get food in there, and you can get pours, which you're about to see. Their liquor selection, wasn't bad. I thought they were going to have a little bit more whiskey and allocated products, but you'll see the allocated products at the register whenever you go. But here are the pours that you can get. They're very, very reasonably priced. Rod ended up getting a Jack 10, and then I ended up getting a Saint Nick, Old Saint Nick. I think it was about $7 or $8 a pour, and they put it in a Glencairn, and you can walk the store with it. So that was very, very cool. And yeah, you can see they've got a massive selection for pours. So it was very cool. So after we finished up here at Liquor Barn, we headed over to the Distillery District. This is at Goodfellas Pizza. They've got a really good whiskey selection and pizza. This is the place that Dave Portnoy got kicked out of. This old fashioned was poured in a Blanton's barrel and then smoked. It was very, very cool. Definitely highly recommend that. This is some of their pricing on Pappy if anybody was interested. It's some of it's a little steep there, but just wanted to kind of give you a heads up of what that looked like. So once we finished up here, we walked a couple doors down to the Old Pepper Distillery, and here they do tours and tastings, and we ended up getting a flight here. So this flight for me is a rye flight. The the decanter barrel proof rye was the winner, and I ended up taking that one home with me. It's a special one there. Then we walked over to Dark Arts. Very cool atmosphere. They've got a large selection of pours and flights. Their bottle prices, I thought, were kind of high for what it is, but it was kind of cool to see it. They've got good merch and everything too. Then we headed over to the Barrel House Distillery. They were closing up, but they referred us to the tavern that was next door, the Eichhorn, I think it was called, and we got a flight there. Wasn't very impressed with it. I think their stuff needs to be aged a little bit longer, but we tried it. Our last stop was Ethereal Brewing, and I got ended up getting a flight. Here you can see the pours that they have. I enjoyed this place. It was a nice way to end the evening and everything like that. So after here, we headed back to our hotel. One of the tips I'll give you is that make sure you check the schedule of what's going on. We ran into issues getting the hotel because of the Railbird Country Music Festival and graduation that was going on there as well. But anyway, that was our recap for day two. Be sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for day three.